So let me start again. Then, okay, I'm sorry, but thanks for reminding it. Okay. So let's start off with previous. Okay. Let's start the Java packages this time in this class. Just think of writing the code from scratch each time you create an application, and that would be laborious, right? So instead of that, you will end up spending too much time and energy, and again you will start working on the same code again and again. That will really frustrate you as a developer. So instead of that, let's do it to avoid such a situation. Packages comes in handy. Okay, now in the packages, reusability of code is one of the most important requirements in the software industry. We don't want to write again and again. Reusable, some use some other people's code which is already written, or some other department might have written certain good, very good functionality which you want it in your application. Then better use them. Why rewrite again and again? So if there is no ego in this particular software development, we need to use other people's code also at times. Okay, so reusability saves time and effort, and also ensures consistency. A class once developed can be reused by any number of programs wishing to incorporate the class in that particular program. So let me clear off this thing. Here is, so how do we understand this particular thing? For example, I want to in the package which can be reused by other programs into a package. This code is put not the .java file but the .class file. Okay, a package is a collection of classes, interfaces, and other packages. So they didn't say .java files. Remember, it's only classes, the classes interfaces, but that I meant to say is .class file. The packages are essentially a means of organizing classes together as groups. In the groups, in the sense, let me open up a white screen. Okay, white screen. Okay. Here, let's say I have a .java file. Okay, if I can have two ways in things. Okay, I can create, so I can say that it is a source file. Okay, and here is a bytecode file. Okay, bytecode file. Okay, in here I can say that this is Java folder. Okay, it's a folder. Okay, and there are certain, this is source file. That means it has all Java files or .java file, like math.java, scientific code.java. Okay, and within that I might have another thing called language related. So I have certain other .java files here, and I can have another folder here. Again, this is a folder. Okay, this is a folder. Okay, but once you create all these files, I can actually tell that I can have a similar structure over here as a Java. Okay, and certain other things. Again, lang. Okay, and again I have certain classes over here, again some other folder. But whenever I compile, how do I compile? I put something like this. I put, when I'll show the code, I'll put a keyword called package Java, and in this source file, and when I create it, I'll create the .class file that goes and sits here in this particular byte Java code file, such that it goes and sits there. Okay, I can do something like this, and whatever .java files that are there here, that will go as a .class file here in another folder. I can do that based on the command that I might use it. Okay, so now coming back to here. Okay, now creating a package. How do you create a package? In creating a package, packages are created in following manner. The first thing that you need to remember here is that you have to have the first line of the code in the .java file as package name. The first line should be this. It cannot be after the import file. Sometimes you might have seen import java.lang.string. That I can write here, import here, but I should not have this import file as the first thing. This is the first thing that I should have as the first line in any of the .java file. Then I can have any of these things like public class calculator, public, and in that this is the, and everything, every time it has to be a public. Why? I need to use it. It cannot be private. It cannot be default. Okay, it has to be public or protected within that, something within that, but not private. It cannot be private. So it has to, it can be public or protected. So let's look at it. Okay, in within that I should have these functions exposed for the other people to call, right? Yeah, I should be able to call these functions. The reason I'm having a package is such that I can call these functions once which are that which we have already created. So that is how we have to go ahead. Now the way to create a package is, this is one way to do it. The other way is, I will show you while I am doing it. When you are compiling itself, when you are compiling the Java, this java.java file, you should tell javac -d package name calculator.java. Okay, and once you calculate this, the dot class file will go and sit here. Which one? This particular dot class file will go and sit in this my package. What is the package name? It could be anything that you named it. For example, you named it here my package, right? The package name was named as my package. So based on that, it will go and sit in there. So when the command, when the above command is executed, the compiler creates a folder my package in Java procs, in the Java procs file directory, and stores the dot class file into this particular folder. Which folder? This folder. This is the folder which you told that when you compile it, put this dot class in this particular folder. Okay, there is already a folder created. Under that, this folder will be created and put it. So this is how you actually create packages. How can importing a package? How can a class which is not a part of the package reuse the classes in the package? Well, what happened is at the time of your compilation, okay, I'll just right now switch to something else. Command, okay. Here, close cd, okay, cls, cd to Java mtech procs. Okay, this is the program there where I would do all the things for you. But first, let us understand. See, when you actually did, when you installed Java into your computer, the path is already set. The path is there in this particular path. Where is it? Here you have told that let the Java file, which is the here, from here to here. See this Java JDK 1.8241. This particular version file has been in the path. That means in the bin file there is Java and Java C. That's the reason when you type Java or Java C, it will ask you these commands that you did not complete the command, right? So for that reason, so when you actually did this, okay, you actually have this particular path, the particular folder in the path, echo path. That means every time whenever the computer actually opens up, this path is in the, this path has been put in this particular Java bin path is in the path. Okay, and that is the reason it knows when you type Java or Java C, it knows how to run the Java command. Okay, now if you look at it, that is the reason I'm telling. How can a class which is not a part of a package reuse the classes in the package? That one thing, first thing. And not only that, if it is not in the path, let's say the one which I created here, this is where, let's say I create the package that I am in. How does it know how to run this package, right? It is not in the path, but since it does look first in the path and then looks in the current directory, that's how it can run. But anyway, that is the secondary. But this is how you actually import it. Do you import the package name and the class name that you want to use in the class where you want to use that particular class methods? Okay, let's say this is the calculator class wherein you want to use the add method, right? You want to use the add method. How do you use this add method? By importing the package which has this class wherein you are able to use the add method. So let's see an example correctly to show you. Two ways to import a package. One is importing a specific package member. This is how you type it. Okay, import my package.calculator. That means whatever that you are only importing one particular class that might be there in this particular folder. The other thing is you want to import everything that is there in that particular directory or a package. Then you put an asterisk. This asterisk is used for that purpose. Best is to use a required package, a required member of the package rather than everything. Why? Because let's say the package has 100 classes. If you put dot star, everything gets imported into that particular class, which will be then becomes heavy. The class becomes very heavy. Okay. So instead of that, import only that which you need. What about naming conflicts in two imported packages? Both have a class with the same name. That is the reason we have needs to be resolved using fully qualified name. That means let's say there are two different packages, same name, same class, same method. Then you will have to fully qualify as to which one you are actually particularly calling. Okay, in the sense like for my package dot calculator dot something something. That's how you need to call. Compiler and JVM must know from where to find the dot class. When working with packages, class path setting has to be one level up the package hierarchy. That is true because you can't be inside the package and ask it to work, because then you might not be able to import everybody. So it has to be one level up hierarchically. Okay. Now, this is something which I told. When creating a package, care should be taken that the statement for creating a package must be written before any other import statements. That means the package is the first line in the code. Okay, it should not be this. Then it won't understand how to create the package. So this is very important when you're asked to create a package. Okay. Now instead of this, I'll show you how to run the code. Okay. Okay, let it be here. And this will create another file for you. Now, so let's create a package my math. Okay, it's called my math package. Okay, now here I am writing a public class basic math. Okay, which opens up here and which has two members, integer n1, integer n2. Okay, and I have public void public get public int get add. Okay, int add, which takes a and integer b. I'm just showing you how to do it, but let the function names and the parameters be meaningful enough. Okay, so return a plus b. Okay, similarly public int subtract int a comma int b. Okay, the other way is, let me not even ask this. Okay, the best is to just ask for subtract, but before that I should have a proper constructor, which is public basic math, which takes integer n integer a comma integer b. Okay, the best is to do this dot n1 is equal to n a, and this dot n2 is equal to b. Okay, so this will set the constructor. All I need to do is call this public subtract return a minus b. Okay. So I think this should be good enough. Let me save it. Okay, I'm saving it as in the folders that is there. Intel Java, MTech, Basic Math. There is something here. My Basic Math. Let me change it. My Basic Math. Okay, and I'll change this to My Basic Math. My Basic Math. Okay. Now if I compile this, I'm not going to compile here. I should be compiling it here. Okay, Java C minus D. Okay, dot my basic math dot Java. Okay, and when I compile it, automatically it will create a. Oh, okay. Did I write A and B? Oh, it should have been N1 plus N2. N1 minus N2. Okay, let me see now it works. There it is. Now if I look at the directory folder, there is a my math folder. You see that it has created a my math. So let's look what is let's look at what is there in the my math directory. Okay, my math directory has my basic math dot class. It is not dot Java file. It has only the my math class. Now if I create another class by itself, like let's say I package my basic math, my math, okay, and I create public class scientific math, scientific calci. Okay, here I'm going to do certain other stuff like I don't know what I'll do. So let's say I want to create the public double, okay, log of number. Okay, it's a logarithmic log 10 of some number, float number, okay, n1. Okay, some float of n1. Okay, n, and I want to create here. Now I can do one thing here. I want to use import java.lang.math function. Now I want to use the math function. Now I can use it. If I want to use this way, then I can use what I need to do is all I need to do is return math dot, okay, some logarithmic log of n. Okay, return math of log dot n. I don't know whether there is a log function that is there, so I'm not going to type this. I'm going to do 0.0, okay, and say this is. Now if I want to save it, I'll save it as scientific calci. So instead of that, I'm going my scientific calci, okay, save it, my scientific calci. Now if I want to compile this, all I need to do is Java C my scientific dot Java. Now what would have happened? Now if I again look at my math directory, my math, it would have these two classes. Okay, now if I want to, let's say I want to do some other function, okay, I want to call. So what is the use of all these things? Now I should be able to call them in some other class by importing these packages, right? So how should I do it? By actually creating another file. I'm just doing this. Let me see if I can open the some tester. Okay, so test by yesterday what did I sample class sample.java. So here I'm going to use this. Okay, okay, I'm going to use this. I'm not creating any pack or not. Let's not do this. Don't change. Open. test 3. Okay. So let's say I'm actually creating something like I want to just use it. Okay, now I have to do is import my math. Okay, I want to use in the my math, I want to use my basic math. Okay, so this is how I import my package. This is the package which has the class my basic math. Within that I want to now use, okay, public. I want to use I'm just using public package tester, package test. Okay, here public static void main string args. Okay, here I would like to use this my basic math mbm is equal to new my basic math, which takes two numbers which are 30 comma minus 5. Okay, let's say. Okay, now I would like to use mbm dot add. Okay, since add does not, it is returning actually, right? Add is only returning. That's the best way. So system dot out dot print line of added value is, okay. Similarly, I would do it for the subtract also. Okay, subtracted value says that this is how it's supposed to be done. Now, once it is done, I'm going to remove all these other things. Okay, let me see. I had a very good there, but gone. Okay, now what I would like to do is, if I run this now, it should be able to give me the answer for it, unless there is some other problem, which is my package, public package test, public class, sorry, public class. Public package is package test should be declared in package test. Oh, okay. So alt file open. Okay, so let me close this, open package test, which has the same thing. Now if I compile, it should be able to compile it. Okay, now if I run it, added value is 25, subtracted value is 35. So this is how you need to do the package. Why do we do this? I can even export in this fashion also. Okay, now if I do this, its main problem is it's not in the thing. Then it will ask my math. Okay, when it happens that way, my math dot this thing and my math dot this thing. I hope this works. Yeah, so this is how it will work. Okay, so if I don't put the star, if I explicitly call it my basic math, okay, then then you don't need to put the full path, but even then it will work even with the full path. So if it has to work, I hope you have understood how I made this. So this particular thing works very fantastically as long as you know how to create the packages, and each package actually creates a directory by itself. That's what we call as package. Okay, all the source code can be in one particular directory, all the dot class file can be in another directory, and within that also you can create multiple directory. For example, let's say you had a very specific something else, my math dot my own math. Okay, if you create something like that, then under the math directory it will create another my own directory, and in there it will put this particular dot class file. So I hope you understood. See that you actually do some programming, only then you will understand. Just by listening or seeing this, I hope this video will help you a lot. See it again and again how I did it. There are a few mistakes here and there, yes, it's okay, but you understood how to do it. If you have any questions, do ask me about it, okay, so that I can do another video if at all I have to clear any other doubts about it. I hope this makes sense. Right now I'm going to stop the recording.